The Wade and Carter Show is a paid programming, and KHMC Magic 95 assumes no responsibility for its content, and the Wade and Carter Show bears all responsibilities for their opinions and guests on their show.
Trader Joe's reverses course. More depth diving into the Jeffrey Epstein case. Tech giants were grilled on Capitol Hill, and we're blasting off to Mars Day. All that and more coming up in today's Wade and Carter Show. Hey, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
How are you?
I'm good. What's going on?
Lots. Let's do this.
Wade and Carter weather brought to you by our friends at Deerland Feed Store. Right there on Juan Lynn. Right?
Water
Street.
Street.
It's Water Street.
It's Water Street. I think you turn
Just
on
close to Juan Lynn.
You turn off of Juan Lynn.
Put down your window and you can smell the amazing smell. All feed stores, the good ones, they all smell the same.
They've got that smell. It's like a pharmacy.
Yeah.
Distinctive.
Not like a nursing home. It's like a pharmacy. Well, it is like a pharmacy.
For your animals
and your property.
Yeah.
They've got stuff like Viper, Demon.
Liquid copper.
They have feed stores have stuff like Liquid Death. You know, you can just put that in there.
If you've ever read the plaque on the outside of that building, there's quite the history there.
Yeah,
Started as a
cotton
gym.
gin,
Yeah.
and it burned down.
Part of it. That brick building is still the original part of the building.
Bricks don't burn.
No.
77
They make a
degrees
pretty
in
good
Victoria.
pizza.
There you have it. 77 degrees in Victoria, heading to a high today of 93 under mostly sunny skies. Shouldn't be any rain today, folks.
Good. Got a gully washer last night or yesterday afternoon.
The old gully washer.
Final Generals game of the year tonight. I think this will only be the second time in their existence they don't make the postseason.
I thought everybody made the postseason. It was like hockey.
Only half the teams make it in hockey.
Did they
It's an old
make
misnomer.
it back to 500 this year?
No. They snapped a 9-game losing skid yesterday with a
It's a
10-4 win.
A rebuilding season.
So they'll finish up tonight. It's diamonds on the diamond. They've got, I think, diamonds to give away, plus a whole bunch of other great prizes. So gonna be pretty cool.
Cool.
Come on out, catch the final
fly
day.
over in a helicopter and just throw
Just
out.
drop them.
Mm.
That'd be pretty cool.
The Wade and Carter family would like to send out condolences to the Atzenhofer family. Our friends, Tommy Taylor's mother has passed away at the age of 71.
I'm sorry to hear that, Tommy.
Yeah. Sorry.
Condolences to your family, and we're thinking of y'all.
Long time Victoria family. She lived in New Braunfels, was a interior decorator, and I've heard for years and years was always the life of the party and was a great confidant and friend to so many. Hate to hear of anybody having a loss, but they're part of the Wade and Carter family, so we send out thoughts and prayers to you folks for sure.
Bobby Leister, first one in this morning. Adam Daughtry, good morning. Leisterometer still at 67.
No, who cares? YouTube people. We didn't start the YouTube deal to pander to you people. If you're not going to go and sign up, I mean, you can subscribe for free. It's one of the few things the government doesn't tax. It's like riding the elevator. Cheapest thing you can do as citizens is ride the elevator.
They tax your property. Well, they don't there because it's
Right?
county owned.
Go ride the elevator. It's free.
Chris Conrad, good morning. David Glass, Christina Wise, Marvin Mickish, Scott Snow, Karen Webb, H.R. Mallory, Jimbo Slice, Nacho Trevino. There's the complaint department checking in.
Good morning, Judge Posey. You know, when I was a little guy,
Now the mayor.
we would go to the old J.C. Penney. Now it's the diocese building there
Yep.
for Our Lady of Victory right there at Laurent and Airline. And mama, please, let me go ride the escalator. So I would. I mean, I'd go over, ride up, turn, ride down. I can remember going there one time and seeing Burt Ward. He was Robin, right?
Yep.
Went to the top. There he was, standing on a deal. Shook hands with Robin in full Robin regalia.
Boy, you were hard up for entertainment in Victoria if you were riding escalators.
There's nothing to do here. So let me tell you, as I got I'm like 10, 11 years old.
You rode your bike to JCPenney and rode the escalator.
No, Mom used to pull up and go, I'm going to park the car. You go on in, ride the escalator. Well, shoot, she'd like go do other things. I was there for hours. She just didn't care.
You had no idea.
I mean, when you start getting sent to Penny's with a backpack and like there's a little
and a juice box?
Yeah. Yeah, Mom's gone. She went to get her hair done or something. She's over hanging out with Charles.
Box of raisins, juice box, and a backpack. See you in a few hours.
Cell phone.
Yeah, no.
Like, what do? Just keep riding that escalator. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm going down.
Here's a dime. If you need me, call the home. Call the house.
Call the house, and there wasn't an answering
No.
machine. Like if Mom was gone, you were like, you just
Ring and ring.
Yeah.
Eventually, it would stop ringing. It would just nothing. It would.
So I
Be
do have
nothing.
I have a dumb question. Do we
It only
still have a
costs
time
time.
and temperature number in Victoria?
I have no idea.
575. Somebody will know it. Somebody will know the time and temperature number. You should go, the time is 7.
Yeah, what was the one in Calgary? 233, 2222, or something like that.
No,
Jimbo Slice, what
my
time is the
phone
game?
number.
7 o'clock is the game tonight.
7 or 7:05.
7:05 first pitch, but
It matters. Time in Newfoundland, that's like 8:30.
well, if you're there at 7, you're going to catch the game. If you're there at 7:10, you're not.
8:30, 8:35. Which one?
I want people there early, 7 o'clock.
If you're early, you're late. But if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late.
That's
if you're late,
exactly
you're
it.
left.
Matt Boucher, good morning. CW Bean. Lisa Poole.
Did I see something the other day
Sheriff Louderback. Patrick Strauss. Peter McNally.
where John Elway said, if you take a knee on my football team, I'm going to cut you?
I didn't see that. I just didn't see it. I can't imagine. I don't know.
It's John Elway. It's like the John Wayne of football. How many other pigeon-toed guys can go out there and win 2 Super Bowls?
I wonder how many World Series he would have won had he stayed playing baseball.
Oh, he could bring it. I watched this kid last night for the Astros. The Astros lose last night, 4-2 in 13 innings. I watched the Dodgers the Dodgers are good, so are the Astros. Quite good. I watched this Taylor kid, Josh Taylor, is a reliever for the Astros. This kid's amazing. I'm telling you, this kid's a special player. He came in throwing 95, 97. He's a lefty. He's only 24 years old. He can bring it. Good morning, Dave Garza. Monica Jost. Ash is looking up the Astros.
No, I was trying to get to the MLB standings because it's been real. It's real. Nobody's running away with it. Yankees are 3-1. Tampa Bay's 4-2. You got Minnesota at 4-1. Astros still atop the division at 3-3. Marlins are 2-1. If they never play a game at 667 winning percentage,
They're good.
well, and aren't they doing playoffs by percentages? Your winning percentage?
Yeah.
Would the Marlins somehow sneak in?
Probably got to have a minimum of 55 games or something.
Apparently 18 players, and I think there's some staffers with the Marlins that have been tested positive for COVID, and they will apparently they're ready. They're working to be back next week.
In other news, Sweet Lou has left the bubble.
Yeah. Chicago 4-2, but I mean, I don't think there's not even a team in the majors that has just one loss or at least 2 wins. I mean, just one win. They're all at least 2 wins. I think
parity.
Yeah, and I was really convinced that somebody was going to take one of those early season runs and go, 13, 14, 15-1, and then sort of ride the wave into the postseason. I don't see that happening. I think it's going to be a dogfight right to the end.
Don't be surprised if somebody's not 15-5 at the 20-game mark. Yankees maybe, Dodgers maybe.
I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see anybody really playing that good, consistent baseball yet. So I don't know. We'll see. Only time will tell.
Sums up our show. I don't know.
Trying to see who the Astros have tonight. Are they off? They're off. Must be this is one of their rare nights off. Phils and Yanks postponed because of the COVID issue. Astros on the road to take on the Angels beginning this weekend in Anaheim.
Tired of the COVID thing, Ash. I'm tired of it.
Yeah. Hockey season isn't officially back, but I got grilled pretty hard by my beautiful wife Cheryl yesterday because I was watching the Rangers Islanders exhibition game. What's that? I said, it's exhibition hockey. She goes, that's still hockey. I said, it doesn't count.
Right. I can watch old hockey highlights. That doesn't count.
That's basically what I was trying to imply. But she said, well, when does it start? I said, Saturday. So when do you get your haircut? I said, I don't know. I can't get in there Saturday. Too busy on Saturday. So it'll be next week sometime. But so they're playing these exhibition games. They finish up a round of exhibition games tonight, the NHL. I'm assuming as long as there's no outbreak in COVID, they will start on Saturday. But I found
an appointment for your hair.
Not yet, no. But I found it interesting though that the NHL in Canada had its highest ratings ever on Tuesday for the exhibition games than they've ever had for any other exhibition hockey game, NHL exhibition game.
That's just people showing we want to watch hockey.
Yeah, the Canadians are obviously missing the game.
So if they come up with a COVID vaccine, you rushing out to get it?
No.
Okay. It's not that you're an anti-vaxxer. It's that you want to see how many people are going to drop dead before you do it.
That's exactly it.
Sometimes the cure is worse than the disease.
I want to make sure the efficacy is where it needs to be.
Now, what if they turn around and say, by the way, for those of you that haven't gotten the drive, it'll be super convenient. It'll either be something on a sugar cube you can put under your tongue, or it'll be a little, just a quick pneumatic vaccine. It won't hurt. It'll be great. Super. It's a super vaccine. It's going to make you so well. Do you think that what happens if they tell you that you've got to have a card showing that you've had the vaccine or you can't go to the grocery store?
I'm guessing the Supreme Court will weigh in on that.
Well, what do you do in the meantime? Starve?
Well, I guess so.
I mean, if they're waiting on Ruth Ginsburg, if you say it right. If you're waiting on Ruth.
I think you're going to see a whole.
There's a virus? What?
I think you're going to see a cottage industry of fake vaccination cards.
Yep, there you go.
Pop up.
You got to wonder.
575-2311 was the time and temperature.
2311. That's exactly right. If you dial it, is there anything there now?
Catherine Heim says she saw a post on Facebook that it's still working.
So Catherine, dial it. We're here. We're waiting.
Jimbo Slice says when you were 13, you asked for the JCPenney catalog so you could look through the lingerie section.
True story. True. I'll admit that. Yeah. I mean, when we were in college, the Victoria's Secret deal was a big deal. Just to get that in the mail. Sports Illustrated.
Fredericks of Hollywood. Do you remember that catalog?
Yes, risque.
Yes.
Trashy, though. Do you remember Cheryl Teagues in the fishnet swimsuit?
Of course.
Cheryl Teagues, who really by today's standards was about an 8. Christy Brinkley was better.
I think Christy Brinkley supplanted Cheryl Teagues on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
She did. Yeah.
And then Paulina
Pliskova
took over.
That was like Beauty and the Beast.
Nobody figured that one out.
It was like Lyle Lovett and Julia Roberts.
Well, you know what it did? It gave every average-looking dude hope.
Like
for a decade.
Like Eddie Murphy said, if you can sing, chicks love you if you can sing.
Jennifer Yancey checking in. Callie Frommie, good morning. Philip Barone. Tom Price, the Iceman is in.
What
Jimbo Slices 8675309. There's your number.
Oh, HR says we can't talk Astros because Cody hasn't checked in.
You know, it was interesting. I saw a stat because the minor leagues, started that overtime or the extra inning rule last year.
Yeah.
Almost 80% of all games that went into extra innings in the minor leagues ended in 10 innings. 93% of the games ended in 10 or 11 innings. So only 7% of all the minor league games that implemented the extra inning rule of a runner starting on second went beyond 11 innings.
Astros losing 13 last night.
Yeah.
4-2.
So
it was
they're the anomaly.
1-1 from like the fifth or sixth inning on. Maybe they scored early. When I tuned in, it was seventh inning. It was 1-1. They scored in the first, second, or third inning. The two teams each had one run. Then they each scored a run in the 11th, and then the Dodgers scored 2 in the 13th.
Yeah, they each scored a run in the second.
Yeah. Very evenly matched game. I'm going to assume it ended with a home run.
Yeah, Rios homered.
Yeah.
2-run shot.
Those games,
By Edwin
when you go
Rios.
13 innings and you're playing 60 games in 66 days, that's hard on a pitching staff.
It's going to be for sure.
Yep.
So Joe Kelly gets 8 games for throwing behind Bregman's head, right?
So you got a 3-0 count. I mean,
that's 13% of this season.
Yeah.
That would be a 22-game suspension in a regular 162-game season.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb. They're just sending a message to the league that you're not going to get off lightly. The Astros have been punished, and you're not going to throw at them. But Joe Kelly, I mean, I think
here's a guy.
Statement, but he wasn't even a Dodger when it happened. His outrage is fake, and he was on a team that cheated in the form of the Red Sox.
Yeah, he was on the 2018 Red Sox.
They all cheated.
So was Mookie Betts. And then there was a story yesterday, I think I saw, that is alleging that the Yankees are still cheating to this day. There was a picture of a camera, I think, that possibly could have been used. I mean,
you would hope not, because it would be devastating if you got caught doing it now. But the only people that could do it would be the Yankees. Because it's not baseball without the New York Yankees.
Toronto could probably do it because it's in Canada and they suck and nobody cares.
And nobody cares. Yeah.
There's Paul Ebner checking in. Greg Garcia, good morning. Patrick Strauss says Dusty Baker did a horrible job managing in the extra innings. I didn't get to watch it because I was at the Generals game, but where's the execution to sacrifice the runner from second to third?
Adam said he had his coffee and Jack. Dusty has a little nip during the game. Is that what we're saying? He's only geared up for like 10. He's like 93% of the games are over in 11.
I don't have to get there.
By the 13th, he was crocked. Maybe.
Is it lack of spring training that I've watched a couple of these extra inning games now, and they failed to get the sacrifice down.
Yeah.
And then they fail. I mean, you work on that all the time. Sacrifice them over.
I tell you what.
Sack fly, run the scores.
Well, then I think they should start with a runner on second and one out. How about that? You got a runner on second.
I want a runner at first.
And no outs. If you get the sack down, you can do it.
And a 1-1 count on the batter.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't stick around because I'm a little bit of a purist that way. But I don't know in a 162-game season. I mean, think about it. It's very rare that there's a 15, 16, 17, 18-inning game.
Oh, yeah. It's craziness.
But I don't know. Is it one that'll stick around? There might be some people. I mean, and don't get me wrong. This rule is known as the international tiebreaker in softball. I think it goes into effect usually after 2 extra innings when nobody scores. But it works in softball. It really does. Nobody blinks an eye. It's just part of the game.
You keep going like you start with a runner on second, then you got a runner on second and 1 out. Then you got a runner on second and 2 outs. The guy comes to the plate with a full count, bases loaded. Yeah,
it goes the other way.
A lot of pressure on the pitcher.
Well, the way these major leaguers aren't getting it done, you're going to have a runner on second and 4 outs, runner on second and 5 outs to go to get it done.
What did Jimbo say?
Says his thumbs are working correctly today. I don't know what
his
that means.
Thumbs?
Yeah. Mike Blosky checking in.
He's an odd duck.
Morning, Jim Hartman.
I'm ready for James Kirk to come back.
Peter Rinaldi says Louis Gohmert forgot to wear his mask. We'll get to that on the other side of the break.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Hartman. Good
Because
morning, Mike Blosky.
I tell you who won't forget to wear a mask. The driver at Allen's Register Service.
578-6300. They're up to speed on all of the correct social distancing. 578-6300. They'll come and get you. They'll secure the scene, help you right an overturned 18-wheeler all the way down to throwing your Yugo in the back of their truck and taking you to Atzenhofer. 578-6300. That's the number you need for Allen's Record Service. I saw Mr. Jim Hartman yesterday. I was walking towards his pickup. He said, "Stop. Keep your distance, young man." I said, "Yes, sir. Right on."
Tells you that when it's not COVID,
He has
too.
told me that before. Yeah. He's like, "Just stop. Don't get any closer to my business."
Told you that last summer.
Right. It's right there at the end of Kerr Boulevard. The VCS companies, Rocket Oilfield Services, and the only locally owned and auzed AT&T retailer.
In fact, if I recall, he said, Ash, you can come inside. Brent, you go back
Stop.
to 87.
Stop, he said. Go back. Walk home. But when I get home, and as I walk up, my 1080p color camera with zoomable lens picks me up walking up the driveway. If I go in and don't know the code, my alarm goes off. Sometimes Dawn changes the code. Like, you're out late, fine.
There you go.
Deal with that.
Yep, you and the dog's on the porch.
There you have it. Has T-Light checked in this morning?
I haven't scrolled down yet. We'll check.
I'm worried about her.
We'll double check in a second.
But the VCS companies are your go-to, whether you need surveillance, fire suppression,
COVID monitoring.
COVID monitoring, they've got it all. That's going to open up new avenues for their company. And that's the kind of stuff that makes the VCS companies grow. They'll have a division that will deal with COVID monitoring.
SCT Building Systems, 564-8864, the number to call. That's Clayton and Casey Health. Is that Clayton's number? I think that's Clayton's number. But regardless, you're going to get an expert in metal building construction, but they also know what they're doing. If you want traditional bricks and sticks, if you want insulated concrete forms, they're also a go-to. They will build any building of any size for any of your needs. Just give them a call. Talk to them about what you're looking to do. You bought a new lawn tractor or a zero turn.
We have no idea where this is going, folks.
No, but you need something now in your backyard to house it. You want something sturdier.
Little storage shed.
Maybe
to complement your house. You don't want just some portable building stuck out there. You want something that looks like your house.
Yeah, you've got 2 feet of brick on the front of your house. They can put 2 feet of brick up on the side of that and make it look really nice.
Absolutely. 564-8864. That's Clayton and Casey Health.
That's where I was going with that.
And they're great. They would say, yeah, let's do that. And let's sit it this direction. And we'll put the roll-up door on the backside. It'll look like a little dollhouse out here. It'll look nice. And we'll position it.
And you know what? They'll probably go, add like 4 feet to it, and you got yourself a little outdoor bar.
They're perfect. Because you're Canadian.
Yeah.
And we've got a drink. I like the way you're thinking.
Well, and the extra 4 feet will allow also room for the snowblower. So vital in South Texas.
Hey. Chesney Furniture Company, Chesney and Love make your house a home, and you simply do better at Chesney.
And you're not going to do much better than 50% off all furniture as they celebrate 100 years of delivering Victorians and surrounding area, just quality, absolute fine furniture.
Tempur-Pedic bedding, furniture, appliances, televisions. They've got it all, lamps, lamp shades, all that stuff. The stuff you need in your home. Take your wife, she'll love it.
Yeah. You'll love it. I mean, let's be honest. New furniture, just comfy new furniture. Nice. It is nice. It really is.
Your dogs like it.
That's part of the
story. Get down.
Yeah. Don't talk.
Beautiful.
1 o'clock this morning. I don't know if there was some lightning in the area, but Stanley woke me up.
Marvin says, hey, vaccine and microchip all in one.
It's kind of like
there's a lot of talk about that.
Like chips and salsa. That. It's the medical chips and salsa right there.
Are they going to chip you?
I don't think they can.
I saw a deal. It was an excerpt from a local television broadcast, and not here, but it was a local broadcast where a guy sat down live. He sat down live, and they put a chip in his hand that he could go up and boop, 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 and that was how he used an ATM.
They've got some.
So it was always
yeah.
with him, you know.
There's an entire company, and I think we talked about this a few months back, that there's an entire company in Sweden where all the employees have a chip implanted because that's how they get in and around the building.
What if you get fired? They take your chip, give me that, and just cut you open and rip your chip out.
I think they do what they would do with your proximity card. They just deactivate it, and you've got a chip in you.
So what's that chip? Well, that's when I used to work over at XYZ company.
That's when.
And then if you collect the whole set, you get a new job in a new company, put another chip in.
Exactly.
It
does start to worry. Yep,
Good morning, Cop.
There's my beautiful wife Cheryl checking in. Amy Monday, good morning to you. Clint Ives, Scott Tomko, my brother Corky's checking in. He is up extra early because he's on the West Coast, so it's only 5:30 there.
Carl Big Boy Smith.
Larry Leahy checking in.
Got to be a wrestling fan, right?
I would think.
That's it.
Or burgers.
No, that's Carl's Jr.
No, JB's Big Boy. Wasn't that the place?
I don't
Have the
know.
guy outside at the
With the
Trader
little
Burgers.
wispy hair, looked like a chocolate ice cream cone.
Corky doesn't like the extra inning rule. I'm not a fan of it either.
I drove by Dairy Treat yesterday, gained 2 pounds. Just drove by.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Yeah. Went home, I was feeling a little bloated.
Cody Sugar, Wendell Geigel, good morning to you.
What did Catherine Ives say? Just an FYI.
She says time and temp number still works at 78 degrees. And at the beginning, you can choose to press 1 for a pest control quote after a brief ad about pests. There you go.
Well,
They've monetized it. That's smart thinking.
That is smart.
Kimberly McGill, Travis Gundelak, good morning.
You can call us for free, 575-9509, and here's why. Yesterday was Brother Gary Moses' birthday, but because we celebrate Gary every Thursday here at the show, we decided to make today the Brother Gary Moses birthday show. If you have a Brother Gary Moses memory, and this could be students, you could be as young as 21, you could be as old as probably 80, and Gary Moses probably taught you somewhere along the way. If you'd like to call us, and give us your idea of the pose of the Gary Moses statue, there should be a Gary Moses statue.
That should be the statue on Denham Plaza.
I think that was Gary Moses. I think Gary.
No, it was somebody Gary taught.
Yes. Yes.
And Tippett checking in.
575-9509 with a Gary Moses moment. If you have one and want to share, please do.
Dwayne Payne, Cody Sugar checking in, says he's here. Go ahead with the baseball talk now.
We're already done with it, Cody.
Yeah, we decided not to wait for you this morning.
Yeah.
You know, I don't. There's Don Nicole.
Hello, T-Lat. I want to make sure you're okay, sweetheart.
Wendell Geigel, Johnny Houghton, good morning to you. So Johnny's in Manitoba, and I don't think your feeling, Johnny, on the Flames and Jets. So I watched the way the Flames played against Edmonton the other night in that exhibition game.
It was just exhibition hockey.
Yeah, but when you got one shot to try to get ready for the postseason, which starts Saturday, and the lackluster effort that I saw out of the Calgary Flames,
back.
And it's only a 5-game series, I don't think the Flames have a chance. I think Winnipeg wins it in 3.
Go Flames.
And I was speaking as a Flames fan.
Well, when was the last time they won it?
All? 89?
Yeah, come on. It's like being a Cowboys fan.
Worse.
Are we 8-8 or 9-7? What's it going to be, Cowboys fans? Maybe 10-6 this year. It ain't going to be 12-4, people. It ain't going to be like, finally, we got rid of that pesky Tom Brady. No. Nope. Not that good.
No. Cody Sugar says must be his lucky day. So earlier somebody mentioned that Louis Gohmert's got the COVID, and I saw an interesting story on CNN yesterday because Representative Gohmert, who refused to wear a mask, now has COVID.
Yeah.
But when you read the story, and then they linked to a story where he said, well, if I get it, I'll wear a mask. If I'm not really sold on him. They link you back to a story that was over a month old.
Yeah.
Right? To try to prove their point that Gohmert was an anti-masker. Not to be confused with anti-vaxxer, but he was an anti-masker. But then you actually read the story on CNN, and Louis Gohmert himself says, I've been religiously wearing this mask for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Right. So 2 weeks is the high end of the gestation period.
Actually beyond, because 10 days now they're saying is about the time that it sits in your system before symptoms will show.
And Nancy Pelosi announced yesterday as Speaker of the House that if you aren't wearing a mask, you will be escorted out of the chamber.
Well, there's some of the political grandstanding. If you watch any of the, if you watch any of the Attorney General Barr, I don't know, the testimony hearings, I'm grilling. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but you're not wearing a mask. You're not wearing a mask. I mean, it was so childish at times.
They don't have like paintball guns. Boom, 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 boom. They shoot each other when they want to.
Then yesterday, the antitrust committee gets up there and gets all the 4 tech giants, Zuckerberg, so Facebook, Google, YouTube, which are one and the same, Twitter. Apple and Bezos, not Amazon, not Twitter. Twitter wasn't there.
Twitter didn't make the big 4.
Didn't make the cut.
Number 5.
And I thought it was interesting when they started asking Zuckerberg some questions about Facebook and how they moderate content, and he had no clue, none.
Or he pulled a Bill Clinton.
Well, I don't even know that it was that. I don't remember. I didn't know. And then he said that, well, we have moderators and we contract some people out.
Where did you get those people?
He had no idea who they were.
So he didn't know if they were liberal minded.
He said they have moderators on all sides of the political spectrum, right? But when asked specifically about the conservative moderators of content, couldn't tell you who they were, couldn't tell you how they go about it, nothing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is Brent Anderson checking in from San Antonio. I'm trying to commission some artwork from Brent. He did you saw the painting.
I did see the painting.
It's called Way Over Yonder. And I thought it was really nice, folks. It kind of looked like.
Is that what it was called, or is that where he told you to stand?
No, Way Over Yonder. Stop, Jim Hartman. Stop. Don't get any closer to me. It was Way Over Yonder. When you look at it, it's kind of every now and then you see those. Remember those paintings you saw that were, I guess they're abstract. I don't know, modern art. I don't know. It's like there's a white background with like a red egg on it. And you're like, what is that? But then you keep looking at it.
It's called a red egg.
Right. Well, he has one that
makes you think it's called blue egg.
You're looking at it, and it's like you're driving by a maize field, a grain field.
Cornfield?
No, there's no green. It's all just brown. You look at the tops. And then you see the horizon, but it's a little bit lighter at the bottom. It gets bluer as it goes up. The sky is really pretty. And I looked at it and I thought, it made me feel calm. And in my mind, I thought, okay, so it's just kind of brown. There's no real detail there, which made me think I'm in a car. I'm driving and looking out across that field. And I said it made me feel expectant. It was a hopeful thing because it's the sunrise. The sky is very light. It's captured very well. As somebody who wants to dabble in painting, I don't, because I know it's going to frustrate me. This is a true story. I've got 3 canvas at home, and I have a starter set of oil paints.
Did you get the Bob Ross art kit?
I've got an afro wig, but I never said, people say, just do it. It's kind of like, well, I don't know anything about wine. Just drink the wine you like. Well, just paint. See what happens. I can't do it because I know I'm just going to disappoint myself. I bought the stuff. I just have never used it. I've moved it twice. I just have never had the guts to get in there, and I know I can throw it away. I'm afraid I'm going to do a cow and it's going to look like some kid did it. You know? True story. To capture what he did, I was very impressed. I very much liked it. I wanted him to do something, maybe a sunset type thing for me with some burnt orange in it so I could put it in my media room with all my burnt orange stuff.
No, you need something that'll contrast a little bit. If I remember the color wheel, isn't blue the color that's supposed to go with orange?
It seems like crimson has been the color that squashes UT's dreams. OU crimson. What did Jimbo Slice say?
Johnny Houghton said he didn't watch any of the hockey. He was too busy watching his kids practice their tie-down roping. And
very nice.
So they're with any luck, they're going to allow some rodeos up there in August. So they're getting ready for that. So And then Jimbo Slice asks, what do they call cowboys in Canada? In
Cowboys.
Canadian. There's no cowboys, Jim.
Yeah, but you would think that you could do rodeo. I mean, aside from the crowd, it's you and a calf, it's you and a bull, it's you and a horse. I mean, it's not social distancing is pretty easy.
Your hazers on the other side of the calf when calf roping or steer wrestling, or not calf roping, steer wrestling. So you're pretty much social distance there.
Jimbo Slice says anybody can be Bob Ross with a little wine and some THC.
Happy little trees. Your trees are your trees.
As long as they make you happy.
Yep.
Well played.
Tell Brent to drive from Calgary to Winnipeg in August, and you can see the endless grain fields that all the endless grain fields you can handle.
Right. Don't forget, Chris, we live in Texas. We see them. You are right.
Brent Anderson says he'll do you a sunset.
That's awesome.
Oh, look at that. Who's that? Janelle Sarlis says,
what's she saying?
just Facebook us, and her and her partner will help you with your art problem.
I need it. I need some help. I'm not kidding you.
Jeff Fonseca, you sucks.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
Clayton Meyer checking in.
Clayton.
Yep. Right in time to tell you missed called on Wednesday at Veracruz.
But you can still get enchiladas or taco salad. You can get the fajitas.
Enchiladas ahogas.
What?
Isn't that it?
I don't know.
I just asked for the drowning enchiladas.
Perfect.
They're good. Do
I
it.
thought
Get them.
I thought that was choking enchiladas. I think is what you just said. The choking enchiladas. That's not
I think it's got dual meaning. I think it's got dual meaning.
We hope so.
Clayton Meyer says, "Good luck getting those animals at the rodeo to keep their masks on."
Right? It's the slobber that gets you. Veracruz today for lunch. Veracruz.
They put the cinch on the
5,
bull
7,
and they
6.
slap a mask on them too.
It's not the cinch or the cattle prod. It's the mask,
that makes them
so
buck.
mad. Razor IT Solutions, JP Hull and his team will help you with your analytics, encryption, understanding how to collect money, how to spread money from your web page back to your bank, how to tie all that together with your QuickBooks, how to have a Facebook presence that matters. JP and Razor IT, solutions for you and your business. Reach out to him today. The Atzenhower dealerships.
Since 1926, when
Still
Ed
there?
Atzenhower founded the dealership.
Yep. It goes back down the line. So Ed Atzenhower was Tommy Taylor's mother's grandfather.
So
It's
Yeah.
Tommy's
So
great
great-
grandfather. So you go back and you've got the Atzenhower dealership since 1926. Just 94 years of greatness in Victoria, great service to Victoria, and a great dealership. Reach out.
Chevrolet, Cadillac, Mitsubishi, Mazda, those are the new brands they carry, and all
All the
sorts of pre-owned
service.
as well.
all the makes and models they'll service. White Trash Services, big announcement. White Trash Services takes over all of the disposal for the Bloomington ISD. So good for them. Blowing and going and growing here in the Crossroads. 550-1826 if you have an opportunity for White Trash Services. Compadres Design. Don't forget, they do all of our banners. They do all of our swag. We're going to have some more stuff coming up soon. And Compadres is just absolutely the best, as are all of our sponsors.
Patrick Strauss says, ask a question, but I know they do. So this might be more of a suggestion for you, Brent. They still make paint by numbers. You could ease into it that way.
I've thought about at 57 maybe getting some adult coloring books, starting there, trying to mix my colors in.
Learn how to blend them.
I'm the guy that would say, I want to do a nature scene. I want to paint like a deer in the woods, and it would look like Bambi. People go, oh, did you get that from Disney? That's what I'm afraid of. Makes me very anxious. Oh, we're running out of juice on our computer. That was my fault. I usually every morning. That's kind of not true, right? Most mornings I hook up the power supply, and this morning I did not.
So we're good.
But we're good.
Yeah, we're all good now.
We're back.
Sorry.
Sorry.
There we go. Stephen
I'm
Kidder
sorry.
checking in. Michael Jolly asked if we watched the game last night. Michael, you had to check in earlier, man.
Come on,
We
man.
went over there. We're not rehashing that painful extra inning loss.
Right?
HR Mallory says you can download an app on your phone to do paint by numbers.
That lets you know what DPS troopers are doing. When you see them in that car and you think they're like studying stuff, nah. He's
No,
paint
by numbers.
on a laptop.
The lights are on just to slow you down. Speaking of which, I had a weird experience this morning. I get to Oliver Road in 87 to come into town. And there's a guy on the side of the road, and he's trying to flag every car coming down Oliver Road. He's got a mask on, so he's social distancing.
Or he's a pirate.
Well, he could have been. But I saw and my windows were a little foggy. So I couldn't see if there was a vehicle maybe stranded on the side of the
So you
road.
hit him?
No.
Sorry.
But
Mirror?
But I didn't see any hazard lights flashing either, right? Nobody's blinkers were on. So a couple of things, and he's right there, and he's got his two arms up like this. For those on radio who can't see,
Don't tase me, bro.
he's kind of giving the hands up, don't shoot thing, right? But he's not. But then all of a sudden, he's wanting me to stop, trying to flag me down. Two cars in front of me didn't stop, and I figured, well, if they don't stop, one of them was a big rig, and I'm like, well, maybe I shouldn't stop either.
Oh, he's out on the 87 side. He's not over on the 50.
No, he's on the 87 side. He's on the other side of the tracks, but he's right at the corner. But then as he's got his arms up, his left hand kind of starts towards his pocket. I'm like, nope, ain't stopping for you. So I made the left and called the sheriff's department. I said, this guy's in trouble. The sheriff's department can help him. But what worried me about that, a couple of things. His hand started going down his pocket, which got me a little leery. I didn't even roll the window down to ask him what the problem was. But who in this day and age doesn't have a cell phone to make a call when you're on the side of the road? Unless you just escaped from Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
A little weird.
Makes you wonder.
So I don't know. I don't usually see anybody that time of the morning when I'm coming into town. And it was a busy morning because there were two cars in front of me, which never happens. And then there was this guy.
So Jeremy Pena says he's got to head to San Antonio. He says, happy birthday, Brother Gary Moses. So yesterday was Gary's birthday, and we're still wide open. If you've got a Gary Moses story, something you want to share, an anecdote, if Gary did your quinceañera, if Gary came to our wedding. When Dawn and I got married, he said, don't you worry, I'll be there. Sure enough, he showed up.
Clay Meyer says adult coloring books. Is that like coloring naked girls?
I think you could probably do anything you want. Can you imagine? Yeah.
I would imagine you could find something.
Adult coloring books. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
XXX adult coloring books. Jimbo Slice says adult coloring books is good therapy. So they say.
So they say.
That tells me.
Steve Kidder says I checked in just in time. I don't even know what that means.
I don't either, but that tells me Jimbo Slice has himself a few coloring books.
Yeah. He'll go back and one thing about Steve Kidder, he'll go back to the beginning of the show and listen to the first part later. He will.
Window Geigle asked if it was the same guy that was missing last week. No, they found that guy. Dehydrated him and his dog. Took a walk and just disappeared. Found him, I think, 3 days later.
Did he have some issues?
Yeah, I think I heard he was not on his meds.
Okay.
Let's see what else is happening. So we're blasting off to Mars today. Another Martian probe. Gotta find this one. I think it's the third one and like the last. And I think this is the third one this week that have gone off, if I'm not mistaken, or within recent memory. I think yesterday or the day before, China sent a probe to Mars.
Travis Goonlock says, my guess is Brother Gary hasn't had to buy his own dinner in years. Brother Gary,
look on cue.
The brother man can usually. It's like when you first get out of college and you're like, oh, back in Houston, I got out of college in '86, and like each little place, they had like, Tuesday night was, dollar sliders at this place, or, Wednesday night during the season was free crawfish at such and such. And you can just go from place to place and eat basically for free. Gary's got a social calendar that allows him to just go, just go. Like, what are you doing? They're like, Brother Gary, my little daughter She's 15. We want to have a Kinsey. What's the buffet? Who's catering it? Okay, I'm in. You know, oh, you got Uncle Mutt's coming in?
I'm there.
I'm there.
Somebody he's never heard of? I can't. I'm booked.
That's a little, her uncles are going to cook a bunch of chicken. No, I can't make that one. I can't make that one. But if you're having Uncle Mutt's,
Neither can most people.
I'm in. Coming in hot.
You can choose, yeah, and you can choose from brisket, turkey, sausage, ribs, chicken.
Sure, Uncle Mutt's will have it all laid out. And when they cater, when Uncle Mutt's caters, they come in, they do it all. And then they leave. It's like they were never there. There might be an indention in your backyard where the table was, but you don't have a bunch of salt and pepper packets all over your lawn. You don't have a bunch of trash everywhere. They pick it all up.
Hang on, caller.
Hang on,
We'll
caller.
finish our break
We
here.
do want to get to you.
Great Barn Design, 920-6803. You got the caterer. You have the venue. You need somebody to decorate it.
Cheryl.
Call Cheryl.
920-6803. Great Barn Design will make your party memorable, your event eventful. You also need power. What happens if the power goes out in the middle of your party? Bam! Your new Generac generator from Went Services just kicks on. Inside the house where you've had solar panels on your roof, the Generac pack, battery pack, keeps your AC and refrigerator.
And you know what? These things look like just your AC unit outside.
Yeah.
They're not some big, ugly, bright yellow,
Right.
industrial looking deal.
It says like DeWalt on the
Yeah.
side. No, it's a battery pack.
Yeah.
And then the next week, after you have the party, they come in, they sand down and clean your concrete, put a new USA concrete coatings 578 home.
I think you're going to want that before the party.
I would.
Make it look good.
Because then you
Slip
can just hose it
resistant.
right
Exactly.
out.
That's
You can
exactly.
hose it right out. So you got that going. No, we got a caller, man. Forget
Yeah.
about it. Caller, didn't mean to forget you.
Good morning, Wade and Carter Show. Yeah, I was trying to
Hey,
pick. I
hello,
was
HR
trying to
Mallory. How
pick
are you,
out the
buddy?
voice. How are you, HR?
Thank you. Yeah, we love the brother, man. And HR just said he wanted to call in and wish you a happy belated.
Thank you.
Gary doesn't actually get any older. He, you know, like when you have so many miles on a vehicle, and you go to register, they go, "What's the mileage?" Well, it's exempt. It's exempt. You don't have to report the mileage anymore. That's Brother G.
That left column on the odometer
Yeah,
doesn't have any numbers on it.
yeah. It's just and on the
Nine,
right
nine,
side,
nine, nine, nine,
like
nine.
the tent is just spinning constantly. Looks like an electric meter.
In the middle of August. You
Hey,
too. Thanks,
are you
HR. Appreciate
working
it.
today, sir? Are you working today?
Oh,
Okay.
that sounds like fun.
Be well and be safe.
See ya.
There you go.
Is that easy? 361-575-9509 if you want to.
Oh, caller.
holy crow.
Here we go.
We're going to set records tonight. Brother, get on in here.
Good morning, caller.
I'm ready.
Hey,
Hang on
Torn.
a second, Torn.
how are you?
Hang on. Here,
Yep.
brother man.
Hey, we're good. Happy belated birthday wishes to you, sir. Yeah, 34 again.
Well, thank you very much, Torrin. I appreciate it. HR, you, and I talked to, we texted each other yesterday. Thank you so much. And I consider you a brother. These boys are my brothers here, and I've had a few calls in. Love you too, brother.
We love you,
very much.
TB.
That's a good guy, boy.
Oh, he's a great guy.
The earlier caller, HR Mallory called. Thanks, HR. Love you too. And another one called that I heard y'all been listening to y'all trying to get down here. And I want you to know, great group of people who listen to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Super group. And I'll recommend it all the time because I know many of your people. They're excellent.
Yeah, we mentioned this morning that Tommy Taylor's mother had passed, and I know
did not, yes.
I know you knew Miss Taylor.
Yes.
So,
Miss Taylor, I do, and the whole family. I know.
yep. Hang on, who got here?
Morning, Wade and Carter.
Cody.
Cody,
Not Jim Cantori or
Yeah,
Cody Sugar. I'm not
Jim
sure which
Cantori.
one. Thanks, brother. I love you, man. You and Adam, both of y'all boys, and your mother. Thank you for your wonderful family.
Did you teach them both?
I didn't have Cody. I should have. I had Adam. Boy, but I'll tell you what, I want those boys backing me up if I ever get in trouble.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want those boys backing me up.
Absolutely. Can you imagine when Cody's mom, Cody and Adam's mom taught dance for so long?
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine her saying, Cody, get over here. We're going to do the quick step. Get over here and show little Lisa how to do this dance. Can you picture Cody over there doing that?
His mom wasn't a dance teacher.
Yeah.
His wife's a
Wife's
dance
a
teacher.
dance teacher.
Oh, your wife's a
That-
dance
that's
teacher.
what you meant.
No, I was lost.
That was what
My
you meant.
bad.
His
So
mom was a court reporter.
His mother
that's
was a
right.
reporter.
So are you a great dancer, Cody? It's okay to be just honest. I'm not asking you to be.
He won. You're right. Dancing with the Stars.
He won it.
I
No,
had
you won't.
forgotten that.
I MC that one. I was there. I MC.
Brother G did the MC on that. What was the
Sure.
buffet? What kind of food they had backstage?
About the food.
They have some foldovers back
They
there.
were eating. I was just having fun watching them, man.
We did a deal. We did a deal down at the community center, TLAT night.
Thanks, Cody. Appreciate the birthday
Love
wishes,
you,
my
love
brother,
you,
man.
buddy. Yes, you did. I
Lord.
remember that.
You're the man.
I fell to my knees when I saw that.
When we,
All right, have a good day, Cody.
I don't remember what event it was.
You too, man.
I don't remember what event it was. We did it at the community center where we modeled, TLAT modeled too. It was all the
We
different.
all did that last year.
Yes, yes. But when I got there, he said, okay, the guy's dress over there and the food is right back there. That's the first thing you told me, like where the food was.
Well,
He knew. He knew.
Good morning, Wade and Carter.
Is that Marilyn Monroe?
Thank you very much. I
Birthday,
appreciate that.
brother.
Thank you, ma'am.
Cody.
I appreciate the
God
call.
bless
Thank you.
man.
Yes, ma'am.
I
Thank
never
you.
finding this number, and I love it.
I thought was that maybe Marilyn
It
Monroe?
might have been, you know what?
Happy birthday.
Seen it a while when I was young.
There you go. Yeah.
Seen it a
Right.
while when I was young. Hey,
Uh-oh.
I love it, man.
I'll let you take this one. Morning, Wade and Carter.
Hello. Hello, Justin. What's going on, brother?
God bless you, sir. Thank you, Jess. Appreciate that very much. Means a lot to me.
And you know that it's like
God bless you.
it's like women. It's a birthday week. It's not just it's not you know
It's a month.
it's my birthday month.
Well, your family's all chimed in
Look
already
here,
yesterday.
look here you go. Victoria loves you. Hello, caller.
Jimbo Slash, James Kurth. How are
I know
you?
about James Kerr.
Yeah, I
know
did
about James
too.
Kerr.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, we are there. I love you too, James. We did them all. Mhm. Right, right. Well, there's some good ones.
We
There's some good ones out there.
appreciate it, Jim. Thank you, man.
God bless you. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it, James. I tell him, God bless you. God bless you. Thank you.
See you, James.
There you go.
What's going on this weekend, brother?
Victoria loves you.
Real quickly, and I got a couple of little funnies for you right
Thanks to
here.
you. You set a record for the most calls on
That's
one
about
Wade and Carter
more
show.
calls we've had combined in 4 years.
God bless and have y'all as friends and all of y'all out there. God bless you. Y'all make my day. That already made my day. Well, we got Pack the Bus, HEB, your daughter, talking to your wife yesterday. We'll be down there for some of that. Pack the Bus, the school supply drive, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, both HEBs, boys.
Okay.
Don't forget Victoria County Volunteer Fire Department, barbecue and raffle, Saturday airport, kind of driving through, the social distancing.
11 to 2, $10 plates.
Yes, sir.
Also,
$20
there's
raffle tickets.
Raffle tickets are available, and
Yep.
you can buy them and draw them a little later. today they're doing a farewell parade for Dr. David Hines over at the Victoria College. Good guy.
Yeah, retiring and moving on.
Retired and moving on.
Well, you can't have a big reception, so we'll drive by. Yep.
That's it. I want to get those out there. So there's some stuff. And then, boys, you ready for a little sports? Well, we don't have much. And I know we're traditionalists.
We don't have much, is right.
We don't have much. You can watch maybe the Astros. Hard to watch anything else.
Oh,
Well,
One's hockey.
When it's not here yet, right?
Saturday.
Saturday.
I mean, they
Five
were,
minutes sound.
they were, yeah, they did. I'm not
I'm
sure.
not crazy about that. And I don't like to see cardboard cutouts. either.
Right, right.
Your daddy doesn't like
No,
that.
Dad wouldn't like that
Dad
at all.
wouldn't like that. No, your family.
You know, the cardboard cutouts were kind of good the first day.
Yeah.
After that, here's what I think they should do. Here's an idea for Major League Baseball. Fill those stands with stuffed animals,
Right.
and then when you're done, give them to children's hospitals, give them to pediatric cancer wards, give them to first responders to help kids who are in crisis or times of trauma. 48,000 stuffed animals at the end of the Astros season to be given
I
out
like
to kids. That's the way it should go.
That's
People
right.
can
I like
donate the
that.
stuffed animals. You can put them in all the seats.
I like it.
That's the way it
People
should
just
go.
out, but some of those animals, they drink so much. Maybe
Oh,
we
that's
just go out
true.
and dust the animals. Like, just go dust them. Or do you
What's up with
vacuum?
that?
Get
Well,
the
you know what?
Swifter.
City of 4 million people like Houston, they could probably run 48,000 plus stuffed animals almost every 2 weeks out of
Yeah,
in and out of there.
Well, I want you to know, boys, I'm for you, Ash. I want you to have your hockey, but it's hard. It's a hard watch when you don't have people to stand. When it ain't just like you used to see it. All right, let's go to a couple things here. Listen, we'll run the horn. Let's go to Pat Mahomes. All things Pat Mahomes. Pat
Right.
Mahomes, all right?
Youngest owner in Major League Baseball.
Ah,
you
you
saw
stole
that.
his thunder on his
Well, I
birthday
got one
week.
other one. But you saw that, though. Part owner of the
Kansas City Royals.
Isn't that something? And by the way, it seems like a genius move because we never see sports teams, the Dallas Cowboys sold for less than Jerry Jones paid for them. It just doesn't happen.
doesn't happen.
So it seems like a solid investment and gives him like free tickets for life.
And you know what? Solidifies him in the Kansas City community.
He'll give it back.
In the Kansas City area.
You know,
That's
he's
a good one. But did you see? They said, "What do you want?" He said, "I want a brand new car." Now he could buy a fleet of them, right?
Right.
All right. He said. They said, "What car do you want?" What do you think he picked? It's a highfalutin, fancy type car. What
Well,
do you
did he
think
get the new Corvette?
No, way higher.
Ferrari?
Come on. Well,
Lamborghini.
there you go.
Oh,
I had no idea. I just guessed.
There it is, Lamborghini black. He said, "I want one of those." That's the first car one. You think he can
he could probably buy a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a couple of those? He said he wanted one of those.
Probably.
Oh,
And I bet the coach of the Kansas City Chiefs just went,
Oh, God.
no, he's 24 and he just got a Lamborghini.
Yep, he got one. That's what he wanted. They showed it on camera. Beautiful. Black on man. He was this big old smile.
You know, and they've got a lot of performance in them, but if I had a choice, Ferrari, just the lines are just so
I
much
would have
better.
said that too if you'd asked me if I didn't know.
The horse
You know,
compared to the bull.
He actually, and I, we know what it's about when you put your too much emphasis on people, feet of clay, if you will.
Yes, sir.
But he seems like such a grounded and solid kid. I found
like
myself
the kid.
really rooting for him. I
I'm
haven't found
rooting for him.
anything. I haven't found it. And same way, and it always comes back to the position. All that. I have no problem at all with Dak Prescott. I don't. As a person, I think he's a great kid as well. But Mahomes just seems like he's done everything right.
He took it when it was right there in front of him, and Dak may regret. I hope he does.
Yeah.
He may regret that.
Yeah.
All right, boys, let's go to basketball, maybe in one baseball. Basketball. LeBron James.
Who cares?
LeBron
Well,
James.
let me give you just one. This is just a fun one right here. LeBron James rookie card. It went up for sale. Rookie card, LeBron James. He's been around forever, hasn't he?
Right.
All
14 seasons, something like that.
How much you think? Over under a
$50.
million.
Oh, really? Over $1 million?
Over or under? Over.
Well, it must have been LeBron James' own rookie card. They had to be 10 million of them printed. I got to say it's under $1 million.
Over $1 million.
Oh.
$1,850,000 they sold his rookie card for. How about that?
And then right now there's little kids going, I got
I'm
one.
serious, man.
Digging through like I got one.
He said, I get that. I'll take 1/10.
No longer does anybody go into the shed or the garage to look see if they put it in their spokes on their bike.
Right?
What did
Back in
I
the
do
day.
back in the kid? Have I had those Mickey Mantles and Willie Mays?
Oh yeah.
Roger Maris?
Come on, if you had the Babe Ruth and the Ty Cobb,
He
come on,
knew Ty
brother.
Cobb.
I know. He
Ty
taught Ty
Ty
Cobb.
Cobb once spiked him at second. But you know, Brother Gary taught Ty how to sharpen his cleats. But you look back and you would take the player you didn't like and put him in your spokes.
That's what you did. You didn't use the good one.
You didn't use the good ones. You
No.
didn't use Jimmy Wynn. You used like, you know,
And don't mess with my baseball cards.
right?
Don't you mess with my baseball
Don't
cards.
touch it. Wash your hands, Billy.
I got one more, boys, on the. Did you see about Dusty Baker?
What did he do? See,
The
no,
Astros.
I did not.
Got fined?
No, Astros picked up his 2021 option. He will be back
How about
as
that?
manager of the Houston Astros for 2021.
I mean, he gets off to a 3-2 start, and they decide they better wrap him up.
Was he 3-3 now?
3-3 now.
3-3 now. Yeah, wrap
You
him up.
got to get him. He's a 500 manager.
They signed
We've
him.
got to have him.
So you got Dusty Baker in the fold. It's a hard watch, boys. I'm praying we get some football, but I'm praying we get back to normal.
But you know, when you listen to Dusty Baker talk and you realize how long he's been around, of course, he had been with the Dodgers, I think, was where he
Giants.
wherever he
Cubs.
came up,
Yeah.
but then he went to Atlanta. And
He
they
did
traded
that
him
one,
for
right?
Jimmy Wynn. So that tells you one thing. They traded him for Jimmy Wynn. I think.
75 or 76, somewhere in there, right?
And
Troy
his
Cann.
mentor
Troy Cann.
was Baker's mentor was Hank Aaron. And he said that Hank Aaron told his mother, I'll take care of him. I'll keep him out of trouble on the road and yada, yada, yada. And he said Hank Aaron, he attributed Hank Aaron for encouraging him to be motivated at practice. And he said, when we were on the road and I didn't want to get up, Hank Aaron's the one that made me go to church.
Big Hank Aaron fan.
Yeah,
right here,
great
too.
player.
Played for the Braves till 75. Played for the Dodgers, helped them to a couple
There you go.
pennants,
They
and then
swapped.
and then he
the
went-
Braves got Jimmy Wynn, and Jimmy Wynn was killing it over there.
he went 1 year to San Francisco, finished up with Oakland in 85, 86, and then he started as a manager for the Giants, went to the Cubs, had some good years at the Cubs, Reds, Nationals, Astros.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got it.
3,500 games and change he has now managed. So
That's a lot. That toothpick is he's giving it a workout.
right, he needs a sponsor for that. Like if you look real close, like FedEx, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all good. Yeah,
Something like
not a whole lot of sports, boys. Try to find something fun anyway. We got a couple
Well,
of
did
them.
you have a good birthday, sir?
I did, sir. I was very busy. We had stuff at the. I heard you knew about from Brett over there, Barnett, because you're dealing. Some of your players are dealing with the Helplex, and that you knew about that. I had a great day. A lot of good folks, and so thank you all out there very much, and those that have called in and listened in. Well wishes. I appreciate that very much, and I love you boys.
Well, you're a mentor and a treasure and a dear friend, and we not even in that order. You're our family, so we love having you on.
We are family.
We do get a little stipend from the government for keeping you busy. They say, please keep Gary busy.
That helps.
They don't want to put Gary in a rest home because he'd take over. He'd be dealing.
There'd be no rest on that rest.
Brother Gary, he'd be dealing blackjack, and then in the evenings he'd do like tarot card reading. He'd be like a gypsy. He's got it all.
There'd be dice in the back
He's got,
hallway.
yes, sir. Like you did, yes, sir. God, my parents at times have blamed you. That's
Your job.
Dice in the back hallway, dominoes in the corner.
Let's have fun, man.
Mike Blasky just says, "Hey, happy birthday, brother."
That's one of
Gary.
my boys too. Thanks, Mike. I
Yeah,
love you.
he's
too,
a
son.
great one.
Jeff Fonseca says whoever bought that rookie card got hosed.
I agree. I would.
I
Yeah,
think so too. I'd never think that.
1.8. I mean, it must be a special card.
1.8.
Wow.
Was that the only one?
Well,
I mean, I'm with you with the way they
was
mass
the rookie
produce
card.
with the way they mass produce cards these days.
Yeah, you would have.
They're not worth what they used to be.
That one must have had some on it.
Right? Something.
Something.
Yeah. We won't go there, brother. It's a
top of
family
the
show.
hour. Right, it's top of the hour with the DNA microchip. It's time for us to get out of here, but we glad you could come in. I
Oh,
wanted
thank you.
to talk to you about our about your birthday, and
Thank you. And I love you guys. And again, great show.
you're only 55 once.
That's
So enjoy it.
That's it.
All right, folks, we love you. We're going to get out. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow. It'll be a fantastic Friday.
Bye, folks.
Be well. Bye-bye.
Is a paid programming, and KHFC Magic 95 assumes no responsibility for its content, and the Wade and Carter Show
And I
bears all
love it.
responsibility.